Let me tell you about my uncle. Not my real uncle, but the guy every family has. The one who made it. Big house. German SUV. The Rolex he got for his 50th that he made sure you saw. Last Christmas, he pulled me aside. He wasn't bragging this time. He looked tired. He said, I did everything right. So why do I feel like I'm drowning? He's 58. He makes more money than he ever has. But he also just told me he's thinking of delaying retirement until 72. 72. And he didn't lose money in a crypto scam. He didn't get divorced. He didn't get sick. He just bought stuff. Normal stuff. Stuff you and I look at every day and think, yeah, that's the dream. We're going to talk about 6 purchases today. But this isn't a stop having fun lecture. I love nice things. This is a math lesson disguised as a conversation. Because the thing that broke my uncle wasn't a crisis. It was a series of totally reasonable Tuesdays. Here is the first thing we buy that we almost always regret. We call this the just one more room house. You're 44. The kids are loud. The closets are small. You tell your spouse, we need this. We've earned this. So you leave the house with a 3% mortgage and you buy the palace with a 7% rate. The payment jumps by $2,000 a month. But you get a guest bathroom nobody uses. And a home office that becomes a storage unit for Amazon boxes. Here's the lie we tell ourselves, it's an investment. No. Your primary residence is not an investment. It's an expense with a tax break. Here's what actually happens. You stretch for that house at 44. Then at 54, the roof needs replacing. At 58, the HVAC dies. And at 65, you realize you don't want to clean 4,000 square feet anymore. But you can't downsize, because moving costs $80,000 in realtor fees and taxes. The smaller house? You would have owned it free and clear by 60. The big house? You're still paying for a movie theater room you've used twice while the grandkids are in college. Buy the house that fits your life, not your ego. Your ego doesn't need a retirement fund. Your body does. Just the payment car. I want you to look at your driveway right now. Is there a car in it that is paid off? Yes? Does it have dents? Does it smell faintly of French fries? Good. Keep it. Here's the scam. The car industry has convinced us that a monthly payment is just a utility bill. Like water or electricity. We just accept that from age 25 to 75. We will always send $700 to Toyota or BMW. But watch this. You buy a new car every 3 years. You roll the negative equity. You get the safety features. That $700 a month, from age 30 to 65, invested in literally anything boring, is over $1 million. $1 million. For the privilege of having a car that smells like new plastic instead of French fries. I'm not saying drive a junker. I'm saying drive the car for 6 years instead of 3. Just double the time. If you keep a car for 6 years instead of 3, you don't get rich overnight. But you do stop being poor slowly. The happiest car owners I know aren't the ones with the German badges. They're the ones who haven't had a payment in 4 years. And just spent that $700 on a vacation with their kids. Nobody looks at vacation photos and says, I wish we were in a Lexus instead of a Honda. I know. You want the lake house. You want the boat. You want the RV so you can see the national parks. I get it. I want it too. But let me ruin the fantasy for you with 3 words, carrying costs. You don't buy a boat. You just start a subscription to a hole in the water that you throw money into. Let's do the fast math. You buy a $60,000 RV. You use it 2 weeks a year. Storage fees. Insurance. Maintenance. Depreciation. By the time you sell it in 10 years. Each night you slept in that RV cost you roughly $400. You could have stayed at the Four Seasons for $400 a night. And they would have made the bed. The lake house is worse. You buy it because you want your kids to visit. Guess what? Your kids are busy. They have their own lives. They visit for Thanksgiving and 1 week in July. The rest of the year. You are the lonely security guard of a $500,000 asset that leaks heat in the winter. Here's the rule, rent the dream before you buy the nightmare. Go to the lake for a summer. Rent the RV for a road trip. If you do it for 3 years in a row and you genuinely use it 50 days a year, okay, fine, buy it. But most of us won't. Most of us will buy it, realize we're too busy. And then spend our weekends mowing the lawn at the second house instead of relaxing at the first one. This one hurts because it's invisible. I call this death by 1,000 cuts. In 2015, you had Netflix and Spotify. That was it. Today? You have the Peloton app you don't use. The fancy gym you don't visit. The Audible credits piling up. The 14 streaming services. The $15 a month, premium cat food delivery. The meditation app you use to fall asleep. Add up your small subscriptions. Right now. Most of you just found $250 a month. That's $3,000 a year. Over 20 years? That's $120,000 you just lit on fire for apps you forgot you had. But the real killer isn't the apps. It's the lifestyle creep. It's ordering DoorDash instead of picking it up. It's the premium parking pass at the stadium. It's buying the good paper towels. Individually, you deserve it. Collectively, you're spending your future on convenience. The wealthy person doesn't skip the coffee because they hate coffee. This is the one nobody wants to talk about. You love your kids. I love my kids. But we are raising a generation of adults who think financial emergency means the new iPhone came out. Here's the trap. You give your 26-year-old $5,000 for the security deposit because the city is expensive. You pay for the dream wedding. That costs $40,000. You buy the first grandchild the $1,000 stroller. You are the hero. But here's what you aren't doing, paying your own future medical bills. If you run out of money at 80, who do you think pays for it? The same kids you bailed out. And they will resent you for it. The most loving thing you can do for your adult child is say this. I love you. I will not let you starve. But I am not your ATM. Because I refuse to be your burden. Stop stealing from your retirement to fund their present. You earned your rest. They need to earn their life. I'm not telling you to live in a cardboard box and eat beans. I'm telling you that the guy I started this video with, my uncle, he didn't buy a private jet. He bought all 6 of these things at half speed. The slightly bigger house. The slightly nicer car. The boat he used 4 times. The lavish wedding. The subscriptions. And now, at 58, he isn't rich. He isn't poor. He's just stuck. Working a job he hates for 5 more years because he wanted a heated driveway. You have a choice today. You can keep the car for 2 more years. You can rent the cabin instead of buying it. You can tell your adult kid no just once. If you do those 3 things, you don't just save money. You buy time. Time to quit the job you hate. Time to travel when your knees still work. Time to actually enjoy the grandkids instead of checking your stock portfolio nervously. Pick one thing from this list. Just one. Fix that this month. You don't need a perfect financial plan. You just need to stop bleeding. And we start by pulling out the biggest knife first. If this hit home, hit like. Subscribe if you want to actually retire someday. I'll see you in the next one.